I'll give you
What's
PG.
he doing up so late too?
He doesn't have school.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, he's off.
Nah, he still shouldn't be up this late though.
Yeah,
Even if he don't have school.
I know, but that's daddy's call. I'm not the one that I'm not allowed to make those calls for him.
I know. I'm just messing. I'm just messing with his pops.
You're
That's
making me.
all.
You're making me feel guilty now.
Mm-hmm.
You can see. You can see my guilt as I'm adding them.
I just like actually the only time I get to really watch Final Round is when I go back and because I collect the footage from all the streamers. So earlier, well, when I got home, I was looking through the footage and I saw King Ray Jr. with the pop off and stuff. I was like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, he's a little hype machine, man. He
Man, I
definitely
thought
he
he was
brings.
from the ATO, getting crunk like that. Oh, okay. They got some swag. I like that.
Hey, Junior, you there?
Hang on, James. Let me give him the headset.
Alex, you there?
Talk to him. Not there. Talk to him. Say, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, James?
What's up, sir? You did pretty good this weekend, huh?
Yeah.
I seen your body and people left and right.
Hey, King Ray Jr., this is Shin Blanka, man. Thanks for coming out, putting on the show. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Thanks for coming out, and you and your dad coming out the final round every year. I'm looking for you to win final round 20. I think you're gonna go and pull it out final round 20. I'm predicting that already.
Yeah.
So, Junior, who was your favorite matches against?
Well, JCR versus Allegro.
Yeah. El Negro was pretty good, huh?
Yep.
The whole Venezuelan guys were good, right? Fuco and all of them. Hey, Alexis, you there?
Yes.
And Daniel, you there too?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
All right, guys. This is the Tekken crew. So I got Tekken Venezuela, I got Daniel, I got Ray Jr., and then I got Larry, Shin Blanka, who all, this week showed why Tekken is a game that shouldn't be discarded so easily. You guys all put on a great show. El Negro, let me tell you something. You told me he would be bodying people. I didn't think he'd be bodying them like that, though, man. I was definitely impressed with him.
Well, he beat my boy. If I would know he'd beat my son like that, I wouldn't have written that damn letter to get him over here. No, I'm just kidding, man. Thank you for coming out. That was awesome show. I really appreciate you guys coming out, man. I hope to see you guys come back again and with more of your countrymen. Yeah.
Hey, okay. Hey, James, guess what?
What?
I beat Incog.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I seen you beating a lot of guys. I seen you in that casino room there playing a lot, too.
Yep. That's where I beat him, the casino. And guess what money he gave me?
How much?
$5.
Damn, that's more money than I've ever made playing games. So how'd you do? How did you think you did in the tournament overall?
Well, maybe good. But I missed some stuff that I told my dad.
You still staying with the same team, or you going to start changing it up a little bit?
Maybe change it up. I'm starting to use Heihachi.
Really?
Yeah.
And what do you think of Hachi? Who you replacing? King or
Asuka.
Yeah, you're replacing the girl, huh?
Yeah.
So King and Heihachi, that sounds like a pretty solid team.
It's Armor King.
Armor King, I meant. I'm sorry. I'm still in Tekken 3 mode. So, what's the next tournament you plan on coming to? Or does Pop still got to work that one out? Obviously, I know CEO. But you guys planning on coming up north here at all for anything? ECT or Summer Jam or anything?
Well, he's handing me back the headset. Were you asking him which tournaments we're gonna head to? We're looking at CEO right now. We're definitely going to CEO, and got my eye on Summer Jam.
You have to tell him if they give Tekken.
Oh, and he was talking about of course, if somehow they manage to throw Tekken back into Evo, we may make the trip to Evo.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, even if they don't, I think you should take him.
Yeah, I would like to see him on the main stage. Well, he'll be there. You know,
Yeah.
they'll be. That's not the last Tekken game that'll be created. So, I would hope you guys are going to go to TFC though.
When's TFC?
October the 10th through the 12th.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'll keep my eye on that too.
All right.
I don't mean a match. But they're different colors, but we still match.
What's he say?
He's sitting here. He's been practicing for the past 2 hours, just basically going over all the stuff. He's already looked at the video and broken the video down into what he lost to, and now he knows how to basically block and punish the moves that he was losing to.
See, and it's a lot of top players that don't even do that. Like I said, final round 20, King Ray Jr. is going to be the champion.
I agree. So, Alexis.
Hi, how are you doing?
We're doing good, man. So, how was your overall feel for final round?
Well, I can start to thank Shin Blanka for the amazing tournament.
No problem, man.
Was I really expect high, but not that high. Was amazing. We love every country we try to visit. We put high on the stage. Then I have seen some videos before the final round. I know final round was the best event for Tekken tournament. Then we choose one tournament and was final round because they had. Then I enjoy a lot, and of course I come with my two warriors, as I told you in San Martin. My players, they are ready to fight, and they show all their skill, and El Negro did very well. I think so.
What happened to Fuko?
Oh man, he lose in the pool one match, then he advanced in second. But one rule in the tournament was is you advance first, you go to the winners. Is if you advance in second, you go to the loser bracket in the
Yes.
32. Then after that, he lose again one player. That there is a video running over there, running black.
Okay, Run It Black. He lost to Run It Black?
Yeah, he lose against running black.
Oh, okay. Oh.
This is what the video is running over there in Korea Academy.
He lost to the guy who had to put the trash bag on?
Yeah. So.
Oh, no.
Wow. You know what the moral to that story is?
What is it?
When you go to a tournament, don't chase the women. It takes your head out the game. I saw that from a mile away.
Uh-oh.
Once he got there, seen a couple of nice girls. That was it. He was hooked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. and also, well, the tournament was amazing. Negro almost get the championship, but for us, is the champion because DCR is not that easy player to beat.
Exactly. No, he is definitely the best player in the world. And your countrymen definitely showed why you guys are a power in Tekken. Not just in your country, but around the world. So I appreciate you guys coming out. Hopefully, you guys will come back in future events. But I know it's really hard, traveling from abroad to a place like Atlanta or in the States. So I won't count on you guys trying to come back every year. I just appreciate you guys coming out this year.
Yeah. Thank you. I know we will come next.
Oh, cool.
We are working hard to be there, represent. It's not the first time that Venezuela is present in final round. For that, I wanted to Daniel Fenix join us.
Yeah, I know Daniel. I remember Daniel. Yeah, Daniel's been to multiple final rounds before. Yeah. I
Yeah.
definitely-
What's up, What's up, Shin?
What's going on, man? How you
Still
been?
good. It's still good.
So,
Okay.
I've been great.
So let me ask you guys this. Now, obviously I've seen and I've been following you guys since VXG. What do you guys now think overall of your level of competition compared to the United States? Obviously, we have more Tekken players, in the States, I would say. Again, I don't put nobody at the top until they prove at the top. GM is a great player. JC's are obviously a great player. We got tons of great players here. But unless it gets to that Evo stage where it's everybody playing, I really don't find it too easy to crown like this person's the best and this person's the best. So as far as you guys looking from your best players compared to our best players, how do you think you guys hold your ground, or do you think you need some work?
Yeah, I can talk without ego because I'm not a top player. Then I can be a little bit objective. I think Venezuela players are better, but it's not much the difference. It's not like maybe Korea versus America, Korea versus Europe. I know we are very, very close. But we have shown in some tournament the score is there. Was in Paris, was in San Martin, and was now in final round. Some player in American player like New Jersey 5, he talked in a video after he lose in Paris. They say, okay, come here to final round and show up what if you are a good player. Well, we come in and the score is there. Korea and Venezuela.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
can't argue with it.
You can't argue with fact, man. I mean, what you had? What? Who took third? GM, right?
No.
No, Anakin got third.
GM took
ATL,
what? Fifth,
huh?
right?
JDCR won the whole tournament.
Yes, JDCR won the whole tournament, back-to-back champion.
No, GM took what? Fifth.
Fifth place.
Fifth. That's what it was. And who was fourth?
No. GM was fourth.
GM was fourth.
Yeah, GM
Okay.
was fourth. Yes, correct.
Yeah, and but also something that American player has that Venezuelan player need to practice is to throw breaker. And well, here in America, you are so good.
They break throws like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, breaking, man. This is something that almost everybody. Then in Venezuela, Daniel Fenix and Jackson 5, there maybe Kuma Power, like 3-4 players. But in general, we are very bad doing that.
Okay.
How can I do it?
What are you trying to do over there, Junior?
He's trying to land a move with Armor King. It's like
Why can't
it's
I
a
do
back
it?
four into it's like a Stone Cold Stunner with the Armor King.
Okay.
And well, I talk from my side. I don't know Daniel Fenix what he think about, because he's a Venezuelan top player. Then maybe he can have another.
Well, I know America has really good players. I told that to El Negro and Foucault and all the players before they went there. And I told them like, be careful with Little Magin or GM and Anakin. Some guys are like has a strong defense, especially Anakin. But El Negro was like really doing it. It was practicing a lot. It was like focused on taking the whole tournament, and that was showing the tournament. I was like damn, that was up. but
No.
but yeah, the gap may be like really close right now, and yeah, Alexis is right saying that the the top players in the US are really good breaking throws, and especially for the guys from Atlanta, Puck Chop, Anakin, those guys are really good breaking throws, and that's a thing that we have to work on, uh, not just here in Venezuela, but in the whole South America, because I don't know if you guys know, but we did a really big tournament, like the really big first tournament in South America in November,
Okay.
and it was in Peru, and we meet some really really good players there, like real good players that nobody knows, and we were like, damn, we have to travel with these guys too, and try to go to Europe to final round, or to get the scene bigger, because at the end we have to like make the thing just bigger and bigger to
Yes.
to keep going with Tekken for years. We
Yes.
all love Tekken. We all love Tekken.
Yes.
Yeah, and also sometimes people, well, not now. I see now after the final round will change, but before maybe some people they some people told me that, man, in Venezuela, I didn't know that in Venezuela play Tekken. Well, and will be great if in the future also come player from Peru. Peru have a very strong player from Brazil, and we have a daily communication. Then we are. I tell already that they have to come with us next year.
Okay.
I mean, it's funny because I've been saying this for years now. There needs to be world scene. Not right now, the focus is always Japan, America, and then everybody else in between. Which, not to sell them short or not. I mean, you got players like Ryan, from the UK, Alioun from France, and people know who they are, Kayani, but one of the things is, and I mentioned this to you guys when I was down at VXG, South America is like the lost continent, and people don't realize,
Yeah.
especially when I was down in Ecuador, they live on KOF. You go into
Yeah.
their arcade, it's 98 all the way up to now, every cabinet. There ain't
Yeah.
nothing else to play. They got a main box and everything else is KOF 98. No.
Yeah.
So you're going to get these players, but the key is tapping into that resource of these players, getting them to events. Obviously, these guys know what it is, and you as well. Trying to get a temporary visa to come play games is not easy.
No, it's not.
So
I wrote all of them, and Alexis was bothering me to no end to get these letters written, but I got them all for them, and I'm glad I did because they put on a great show. I appreciate them coming out. Hopefully, they'll continue coming and bring more countrymen with them.
Yeah, definitely. Having these guys come to me is what made the event, because, like I said, infiltration. I've seen them, been there, done that. Not to sell them short at all. He's still entertaining. Ryan Hart, been there, seen that, done that. Even I almost called him Diego and Suarez. Daigo, same thing. Been there, done it. But to see a group of people from a part of the world not only come from another part of the world that you're not used to seeing, but come and actually dominate.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize. I mean, Venezuela's got a good Mortal Kombat scene too.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
So I mean, it's good to start to see these other countries get to these events, and I think it should be very proactive for TOs to start looking to tap into more of these if they can. You know, it's beneficial to your event. It's beneficial to the scene in general, and obviously it's beneficial to these players because a lot of these players can't just go out like we do, buy a plane ticket, and fly across the country. You know, it's got to be prepped for. And now seeing that Venezuela's Tekken scene made a statement at final round, I would expect more TOs to say, hey, you know what? We got to kind of, in my opinion, we kind of got to avenge. Venezuela came in here. They stepped all over our flag. They kicked us on the ground and said, hold that. We're dominating you. And they did. I mean,
Yeah.
they came in and cleared house.
Yeah.
I mean, we all got to be real. You know,
Yeah.
and I like that sense of competition that's there because they're all stand-up dudes.
Yeah, they're
know?
very humble, very nice. You know what I'm saying? Not.
And also it's about the hype. For me, the more hype fight was Anakin versus El Negro. Everybody was waiting that match.
Yeah.
That's for me more, and that kind of hype you cannot find. For example, Anakin versus Speedy Kid. It's not the same. When
Yeah.
another player from other country, then this is okay. This is a war, no?
Yeah, I agree. New rivalries have been built over this final round. Hopefully, when it comes around next year and you guys have more people that are able to come with you and those things could be renewed. That's how your scene grows, you know. People join together and start to, you know, compete at events, and it helps grow your scene. It piques interest in people that normally wouldn't watch. I mean, we had like, 18,000 watching Tekken. When have you seen anyone watch Tekken at 18,000 outside of Evolution, James?
Yeah. No. You know, it's the numbers say it all. I mean, you don't see it.
But I mean, it's really good, you know. But just don't get it construed. It's not just about the numbers and stuff like that. I mean, I really don't care about that stuff. I care about the scene growing, you know. I know that the Northeast has been held down by Eric with Tekken, and his events always been good. I've basically tracked, you know, with Tekken. KIT has always been good. And it used to be just basically all Tekken. Now it's going out to different genres of game more so than it did before, you know. And they integrated a lot of other communities into it. But I mean, for me, going in the past, anything like that, I mean, for Northeast events, you know, all those guys that come from the Northeast to compete against the Southeast in those games, it was all like, yeah, you know, we go to Big E events. You know, this is where we, you know, get our battle scars from. And then all the people in the Southeast say, oh, we go to final round. You know, so that's why that rivalry between Northeast and Southeast is so, you know, so strong, you know. And by far, I mean, there's more rivalry on the East Coast than it is between East Coast versus the West Coast.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the Tekken scene. Like, it's like, okay, yeah, I guess we don't like you guys, but we really don't like you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Hatfields and McCoys when it comes to, you know, the Northeast versus the Southeast in Tekken. So my hope is that there's a caravan of Southeast players that will go to Summer Jam
And invade the North.
Exactly. That is my hope, that will happen, because the whole thing is like, oh, we always got to come down to y'all turf. Why don't y'all come up here? So that's what I want to see personally. I don't know if I'll be able to attend, but I definitely want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see it. So there won't be any words. It'll be like, okay,
I mean, like
yeah,
a Big E event, your event is the two battles, and then the Fall Classic could be where the final war takes place.
yeah, I like that.
You know, I mean, that's really, and that's how it should happen. Because I mean, I know, and I've talked to people in the past about the whole WWE storyline things, and some people like it don't need that. I've put this out there, and until somebody can discredit it, it's what I will believe. This scene as itself, just playing games, when people talk esports and the millions and millions of dollars and fans and TV shows, it's not going to happen just by people playing. Unfortunately, guys got to realize that, Larry, your people that are your age and people that are my age, married with kids and all that, we're rare breeds of geeks that will sit and watch this. But if I had if most of the people that I know, if they had a choice of watching Walking Dead or Daigo versus Justin Wong, Walking Dead's getting watched. So unless there's a personality, and my best comparison was to wrestling, every wrestler is a damn good wrestler. I don't care if he's the scrub that gets his ass whooped. Yeah. What separates, wrestler A from wrestler B is their personalities. That's what makes you like them or hate them. And we need more of that encompassed into this scene. That's why, what Tekken Venezuela does is it kind of brought that Ivan Drago from Rocky IV when he came here to beat the piss out of Apollo and leave.
Yeah.
That's basically what they just did. They said, we're going to come here, we're going to punch the shit out of you. Oh, now you want a piece? Next time the Tekken Venezuela guys have an event going in South America, I want to see some of our guys go across the ocean to theirs. That's also going to help the scene grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would like that idea also. The main thing is just like people here, some people don't even have their passport. Let's just be real, James.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know that.
Some of these people don't even have their driver's license. Let's be real about that either.
Some people in the scene don't even know how to get a passport.
Yeah, exactly. So, that process is basically if people really want to do it, they can. And the main hurdle would be if they really want to get a daggone passport and do the proper steps you got to do to attain that.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard that isn't Tekken Venezuela going to be represented in that tournament in France along with Kid is sending out Little Majin?
Yeah.
Yes, El Negro is going.
Okay. Also, in France?
Yes.
Okay.
And who do we got going from the States?
Little Majin's going to be sent.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about GM?
I don't think he's sponsored. So.
Oh, he's not sponsored. That's right. Oh,
I don't think so.
Oh man, this scene with the sponsors, that's a whole other thing. Again, guys got to learn to get out on their own dimes. I know it sucks. I don't wait for a sponsor because your gaming career as a whole will come to an end before you get that sponsor. You're waiting for money to come that's never going to come.
Yeah, James. I would like to say something in about the sponsor because it's funny. Some players are like, I know they are top players, but sometimes they are like a real rock star.
Diva.
I want to tell the history about the flight ticket of the Negro in this opportunity. Just to let him know, just one idea how expensive was the flight ticket for the Negro. Was like 1 year working. What happened? He had only 0.5%, and I write in Tekken Rules of Venezuela. I make a post asking money of the community of the player to help to buy the ticket, and the player helped him to buy the ticket. We got the other 50%.
Yes.
Damn.
See, that's awesome story. A lot of people ask me, hey, Shin Blanka, who's coming to your event? I was like, well, I don't know because I don't pay for these guys to come. You know, that's an awesome story to hear. You know, his community, his local community basically put up what would be a year's salary just to get him the opportunity to put his country on its back. I mean, if that ain't, inspiring, I don't know what is.
And it's got to make the American Tekken folk out there step back and realize how minuscule you are when you hear something like that. Not to shit on them, but, here's a guy that's playing for country. And, And again, not, to even pick on the Tekken community. I'm talking just our gamers in general, our divas. They're too busy worrying about getting their nails done so they look pretty for their matches, when there's other guys that are hungrier, that are out there saying, we're here to make a statement.
Yeah.
I wish our scene in the States had that more, and again, it's not a negative as much as it is that 80s arcade, that 90s arcade hunger that was there has gotten diluted. It's not erased, it's just diluted. We would rather argue who's better at Capcom games between East and West rather than saying, let's go body all of Japan.
Yeah.
We can't even put it a United States. Now, I mean, I would assume that you are considered the Venezuelan team for Tekken, period. Am I correct?
Yeah.
We don't have a team. We don't have an American team in any game.
James, I just want to say too that I'm married. I got 3 kids. I work a full-time job. I have a part-time job. I'm in school full-time, and somehow I'm still able to manage to make it out to tournaments. So if I'm able to do it, a lot of other people should be able to do it as well. It's all about prioritizing. If it's not important enough to you, then it's not important enough to you. But you got to start setting the money aside earlier. Plan ahead, and these events are manageable. You can make it to these events.
Well, some people don't have jobs. Let's be real, Ray. Some people don't have jobs.
But now, Larry, here's another thing, and I don't know if you even know this. Now I'm going to pat myself on the back because nobody else in this community ever does.
Okay.
Do you know I've given people jobs?
No, I didn't know that, James.
I put a lot of people to work, and I'm working on 2 more right now that hit me up this week. I've made it very simple on this show. You give me a resume. You tell me what you do. I tell you no promise. But if you do the actions, I will do the best I can to get you working. I don't care if you live in fucking Juneau, Alaska. I know somebody somewhere up there. I don't give a shit if it's picking up polar bear shit, but it'll be a job.
Okay.
And I've gotten some guys, Giuseppe, who just went down to final round. He's working with my company now. I got other players that I've gotten, I've lined up work. Some of them didn't work out. My whole thing is, if I'm going to do it for you, don't embarrass me. So, I mean, I put it out there, give me a resume. If you're out of work, I will do what I can. And yeah, it's what we were talking about, the week before. Again, same thing. Guys need to do their own motivating. I can't motivate you. I can only tell you what I can do. It's up to you to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, man. I need to vamos.
Yeah,
I probably got to get up early. But great talk. In closing, I hope everybody understand my ruling on the buttons. I also hope that everybody understands that I have no idea where that money is supposed to come from. I don't know who said it. All I know is that I saw a post about it, and then I was inquired about if it could be promoted about final round, but I have nothing to do with that. So please don't message me about it because I'm in the dark just like you guys.
So let me not just to summarize, because I don't want. I'm kind of in the dark with a little bit. Did they give the money? You're waiting for the money? Are they not giving the money? What's the story with it? Or was it just a fraudulent post?
I have no idea, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got hit up by several people asking me, "Hey, Larry, do you know who is supposed to give us the money, or who do I need to contact to get this money forwarded to me?" When I was like, no, and this is why I made it clear that I didn't want anything to do with this because anonymous can stay anonymous. You know.
Better stay anonymous.
Well, look, if they come forward and give them the money, then everybody's happy. You know, but if they don't, then everybody's like, wow, you know, can I ever trust, you know, something of that effect again with this community? You know, is it a bunch of falsehoods and stuff like that? So,
I mean, reality is this. If you look at somebody's Twitter, like, let's say, FGC secret donor, and you see 9 followers and 3 tweets, odds are it's a bullshit account, people, and that's how you got to kind of treat it. You know, that's usually how I get somebody to tell me to go F myself, because they won't do it as themselves. They'll come in as, you know, ... OBS, shut the hell up, and they'll be like, I hate you, goodbye. And then I'll never hear from them again. You know, so I mean, guys got to learn, you know, and again, it's sad because it is reflective of the NRS side of this community. Because that's where it's coming from. It ain't a Capcom guy that did it. It was somebody that probably opening up their mouth, trying to say, you know, I want to be the big man on the block for a day. Hopefully they come up with the money. I would think they would, but you know, again, like you said, I'm as in the dark as much as you are with it.
Yeah, I just wanted people to be clear about that, just in case they was like, oh, he knows, he's just not telling. I'm like, dude, I really don't know. I have no idea, but I hope whoever's supposed to get paid, you know. Hey, with that, James, thank you for letting me have this, you know, outlet to speak my piece on what happened, you know, what went wrong with Final Round. I'll be harder on myself than anybody else could ever be. And I will definitely work tirelessly to fix what went wrong. So with that, I bid adieu.
It was a pleasure as always. And, you know, you're always welcome here.
Oh, yeah, brother. No doubt, brother. I appreciate it. People don't know, but, I mean, when you're not going all crazy and stuff like that, you have very good points and you bring things to light that some people don't want to tackle. You may have your own unique way on expressing it, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, well, that's the New York in me.
Exactly. That makes you, you know what I'm saying? So don't change for nobody, bruh. And take it easy. Everybody that's on the call, I appreciate you guys coming out and giving a hell of a show for Tekken. I think the people actually enjoyed it. Instead of saying, get this off my stream, Spooky. Oh, Spooky, please. I think everybody was thoroughly, you know, entertained with the Tekken that went on this weekend. Civil War's coming up. ECC is coming up. They're going Summer Jam. Big E's going to have a guaranteed $500, even if it's just one person there. So if you show up, you win.
Wow,
so,
I might take that. Yeah,
exactly. So I think he's doing that for Tekken and for DOA. So you guys, you know, there's a lot of things going on out there for you. Choose what events you want to go to, and you know, just have fun. If you have a problem, try to seek out the organizer when it happens. Don't try to ask them an hour later when everything is going wrong. And please try to pre-register. That's the best tool that it doesn't give us any excuse not to be on time and everything. If majority, you know, like 80% or 75% of the people that enter the tournament actually registered online, you know. And then you can hold us to every standard that you see fit. I understand that. But when you don't have that, then you just have to do what you have to do. I mean, I could just take away, you know, online. I mean, just have online registration, period, and take away at the door. But then some people don't have PayPal, you know what I'm saying? So we try to be fair, you know.
Yeah.
But to a point, we can't have it disrupting the event like it sometimes does. So it's an ongoing struggle, but hopefully we'll get that, knocked out too. So I'm finna go to sleep.
Yeah, man.
I'll holler
You
at y'all
sound
later.
exhausted. All right, brother.
All right, man. Peace.
Take care, Larry.
All right,
All right,
take
man.
care. All right, good night.
All right, guys. So, what's this? How would you cancel that? So, needless to say, guys, so Tekken Venezuela.
Yeah.
Overall feel of the competition from the people obviously was good compared to what you thought you were walking into. I mean, did you think you were going to come in and body people so easily?
Uh,
Come on, you know what? Every time I deal with like my Dominican brothers, they're all like, "Yo, I knew I was coming here and bodying everybody." So I think Venezuela feels the same way.
the point is that I was coming only with 2 players, and then I have 7. I know 7. I have 7 good players in Venezuela. Then come only with 2 players to say, well, if someone have a bad day, no, it's not easy. 5 versus a whole country, but well, El Negro uh, played very well, and the day before was a 5 versus 5 tournament. Was amazing
Yeah.
when El Negro was fighting
OCV and people.
versus when come New York City, the New York City team. He say, "I want to go first. I want to destroy all of them." And he did, man. One, one. The last one was GM Black, and he defeated the 5 alone.
Oh my
So
god.
it's amazing. And then the last team was against well, they called France team,
France.
but was 3 guy from Atlanta and the guy from France and GCR. What we was like uh, when Venezuela defeat 3, and there was GCR and Anakin, and we was expecting Anakin first, and was like cheated that they sent GCR to fight first, but it was okay.
So Daniel, let me ask you this. Now you've been on both sides of the fence.
Okay.
Did you know coming into this how powerful Venezuela would be? Because you've seen the American players more in action, and you've seen the Venezuela guys in action.
Yes. The thing is that in Venezuela we have a really strong rivalry here, and we really wanna be like the best. And I was like looking at the guys from my friends from the US, and they were like, okay, I'm retiring, or New York City Fab saying like he doesn't know who to choose, who character to choose, and GM he's like choosing between Lars or Double E, or they are not like complete focus. So that, I think, it was like the main reason why Venezuela right now, I think, is better. But like Alexis said, it's not for like the difference. It's not like Korea against the world,
Yeah.
because the top from Korea are like, yeah, they are really good, but they are still human. So that is like the ultimate goal. And but yeah, they're like, I mean, the US, it was like on focus, but I hope that they are like they practice a lot more, and they like get straight, because I know they got talent. I mean, for example, Lil Maji. I was Lil Maji. Like he wasn't him. I play against Lil Maji in the past, and he was like not playing like he used to be. So I mean, I would like to play. I would love to come next year with a lot of Venezuelan players, El Negro, Fuco, Jackson 5, Ho Chi Minh, myself, Alexis, and do like a real um,
And
team tournament or something.
based on the countries.
Yes, based on the country. I don't care about East Coast or West Coast in the U.S. Just put
Get
it
your
together.
best, your
Put the
United
best.
States best.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And that will be. I assure you that that will be a great first to whatever or a tournament. It's gonna be a great matches.
I agree. I definitely agree. It would be great to see. And again, the problem is, it's in America. We're still doing battle with ourselves, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, South, in every game. Not just Tekken. Every game. It don't matter. And instead, guys got to start saying the bigger picture, start incorporating the international and put teams together, not just 5-on-5 teams as exhibition, but make it actually have some meaning and bearing and some ranking. This way, other countries, countries that may not have much of a scene, if 5 guys from France, are 5 out of 10 guys that actually play the game, those 5 guys will be representing their country.
Yeah.
And hopefully, by pooling their resources together, it'll allow them to come to more events. I mean, I'd love to see a team's competition, not exhibition, at, like, say, Evo, where 5 or 6 different countries are represented, not just like what we were doing at final round, where 3 guys from Alabama and a Korean. I mean, it's not team competition. That's just baking teams.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I could have said, what, I want Fuco playing for America. And we'll just mix him in the pot with the Americans. It's just not a good way to do it. I mean, it was still entertaining. Because it was entertaining for me to watch El Negro body people. To me, that was like one of my highlights for the whole event. Is the team. So I mean, I hope to see that happen. Again, each part of each game in this community needs to do their own work to make that happen, though. I mean, I don't know, who would be our 5 guys. I would say take 7 guys, to be honest. 7 guys, 2 guys as alternates that you could feed in and out. But that's it. It's locked in once you lock those 7 guys in, that's who you got. You already obviously got 7 guys for Tekken Venezuela. And then this way, like I said, at an Evo or, ECT or whatever, do invitationals. The next event you guys have, you bring 2 teams down there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it definitely has potential to grow. There's a lot that can happen in the scene now that, bigger companies are starting to look around and say, hey, maybe this is something we want to invest in. I mean, as far as you guys, I don't know how is sponsorship something that's even viable in Venezuela as far as supporting this. From a country standpoint?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I was talking also, some guy asked me, how are you doing? Because also we have very particular situation in Venezuela, no? Political problem, issue. But I explain a little bit, and yeah, I received, El Negro is going to France, and the guy from the tournament there, he sent me $400 to help the ticket for El Negro.
Okay.
And I have an account, American account. Then I use that money and to buy the ticket for him. It's always possible, yeah.
Now, as far as sponsorships within Venezuela, though, I don't know, Citgo or Conoco, or is there any companies there that you could approach that would be like, hey, this is something we'd want to invest in?
We have to see, because many international countries leave Venezuela already.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's. I know it's gotten kind of shady over there.
No.
So I don't. I mean, again, I hope it takes off better here. And obviously, do you have any idea of the next states tournament you're going to try to get to?
In the state, for now, it's final round next year. For now, because we have to work, and I don't want to come only maybe with El Negro or only maybe with Foucault. I want to come with more players, and I know that if we can make it, El Negro, Daniel Fenix, Jackson, and Foucault, at least those 4 players, I know we can do very well in a tournament. We always that go for any tournament. We like to go to the final, to the stage, to beat everybody. Then we have to work and we have to think about which tournament we are going. Neil also is working in his passport, and also Jackson have to get the visa. The good thing also with El Negro, he got the visa for 10 years. Then he have not more that problem.
Yeah. What did they get you? Just 6 months?
No, he get for 10 years.
Oh, we got a 10-year visa. Damn.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, Chris?
what's going on?
Not much. Just talking to Tekken Venezuela guys. For you guys that don't know, Chris Bahn of Put That Back, he been co-hosting with me. He's been running around doing some stuff on the back end today. I am going to let you take this over for a little bit while I go get something to drink and take an aspirin for my toothache I'm getting.
Okay. So we got Ray and his son there, and I see Alexis. And who's the other guy? Daniel Phoenix?
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on?
Hey, what's up?
I don't think I met you and stuff. I know I ran into one of your players at Arturo's Salty Sweet, and I really had wanted to talk to him so that I can get him in this video that I'm actually going to probably have up by the end of this week. And he reached out to me. Actually, I reached out to him, and I said, "Yeah, I want to get you in this video." And then he gave me a time. He's like, "Yeah, meet me at like 10 o'clock." And I was like, "Absolutely, I'll be in there." And yeah, that didn't happen and stuff because I got body by the bed, and it was just so comfortable. I just didn't want to get up. So we're gonna have to shoot for next year at final round 18, and then hopefully I'll just take either more energy pills or just not party as much. Just shout out to Spanovitz because they stayed having me either going there or to Landmark because I was told that Waffle House is not the place to go. So yeah. What's going on, Ray? How's your son doing there?
He's doing good, man. He's been practicing this whole time, just sitting here playing. And the one thing I wanted to say, I apologize for not getting up with you before we headed out. But
Right.
the one thing from final round that really stuck out in my mind was my son has been under the impression that JDCR doesn't lose. And on Sunday we went down to watch the finals, the top 8, and getting to see El Negro beat JDCR and put him in losers, had a big impact on him because he got a chance, to see how JDCR handled that situation. And honestly, at the time, I think my son took the loss worse than JDCR did. I mean, he wanted to leave, the room. He didn't even want to finish watching top 8. So, I basically talked him into staying and watching top 8 to pay attention to JDCR, watch his body language, watch how he handled that loss. And I told him, I said, I bet you that he'll make the necessary adjustments to come back through losers and still win. And he did, which, I think had a huge impact on my son getting to see that.
Yeah, and honestly, to comment on that to me, it just shows the mark of a true competitor. Your son has a lot of drive, which is probably more that we could say for most people that's even twice his age. He basically has demonstrated that he has the mental discipline, which is, impressive for someone at that age. And, like James was saying, earlier, back when Shin Blanka was on the show, that say come final round 20, you know what, he's going to get a major. It's not impossible. He just has to keep applying himself, and he's doing it actually right now. He could be sitting there playing games. Obviously, he should be sleeping, but he's
Yeah.
sitting and he's working on combos. You know,
Yeah, he's about to go to bed here shortly.
yeah, but that's just really cool to be able to see that, and having interviewed him before. I don't know how many people watching actually right now had the opportunity of seeing that, but I'll drop it in a link and you guys can basically just check it out. He's a great guy as far as that's willing to go the extra mile and say, what do I got to do to win? And then what's also impressive is you being his father is like, you know what, you got to do this, and you spend that time and stuff. I mean, that's a beautiful thing, be able to see like a father and son being able to just have that type of relationship and then be able to share a common passion. That's awesome.
I mean, it's always been a hobby of mine, and I was lucky enough that he ended up falling into the same type of a hobby. I mean, I had no intentions of teaching him, when he was born or anything. It just worked out that way. At a young age, he kind of paid attention. At 1.5, he would stop whatever he was doing and he would come watch whenever I would play. And, by the time he was age 3, I mean, he mentally knew enough about the game as far as the characters. He showed that aptitude for learning. And that's what really made me want to start teaching him.
Yeah, man. I mean, just keep it up. Just keep doing what he's basically doing, and hopefully he'll keep that drive going. And instead of one day saying, you know what, I'm bored of this. But even if that does happen, just live it up for the moment. Have him keep just doing his thing, and the results are going to come. He's already demonstrated that his performance. It was a little bit short lived. Because, as you know, I was basically doing my whole photo grind and all that other business, but I happened to come in. I'm like, oh, okay, look at this guy's on the stage, and I was impressed.
Appreciate it.
Ray, I was very impressed when I see. You was talking to me, and before the tournament, you say, okay, I'm going with my son, and I really. I say, well, someone that is going with his song, someone that is maybe going to smash bottom. And when I was there and you say, hey, this is my song, and well, he looked younger than 8-year-old, and when I saw him playing, doing the comp, I said, wow, what is this? Because he always he's trying to and making combo, fighting, and I was very, very impressed. I have a nice video. I'm not at home. I will send you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah. All the people, the crowd,
the reactions. Yeah, the reactions. I mean, the reactions on the videos says it all. I mean, the way that people, they get behind him when he plays. It's a good feeling, and it's good for him because. He handles. I mean, I think he handles the situation, great for his age. I mean, even losing, he handled the situation great, and he had the, desire once the match was over, and we were on our way home. He was already talking about watching the video and practicing, so that way he could figure out what he did wrong. And I mean, he's got the right type of demeanor to be a good, a champion.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and every tournament that. You are going with him in the future. You have to tell the people to put in the stage because he'll lie also the crowd and that will help him in the future for the future. Then he will be like playing at home without nervous. It will be amazing. I know he will be a champion.
Yeah, he's on his way. He's definitely on his way.
I mean, if I was put into the same situation and had to go up on stage to play, I know I would be super nervous. But for him, at this young age, I don't even think it crosses his mind. It's just, he's going up there to play. So that's how I guess he looks at it. And he doesn't, I mean, it's just he's going up there to play, doesn't get nervous and does his thing. So that's great.
And he was also planning because I remember when he said that he had like a surprise if he went around. Well, good.
So let me ask you. Obviously, he really loves Tekken, but do you feel that somewhere down the line he might cross over to say like Street Fighter or Marvel or Killer Instinct?
Well, he's actually already brought it up to me. He wants to learn Ultimate when Ultra comes out.
Oh, nice.
So
that'd be nice.
He's looking forward to that. I started him when Injustice had first come out. We started playing that together. and I guess he lost interest in it. He wasn't, he didn't want to stick with it. But he's shown interest in other games. I mean, right now he's huge into Mario Brawl. He loves Mario Brawl, and that's something. I mean, he want for the most part he wants to play that more than he does Tekken now. So it cuts into his practice time, but it's as long as he gets the grades in school to keeps his grades up, he stays an honor student. I have no problems with him playing games, and it doesn't matter what game he wants to play. Of course I'm going to want him to play Tekken because I play Tekken, but I mean whatever he decides to choose, I think he can be successful at.
Yeah, definitely, man. I look forward to his development with great progress. So, how did you enjoy Final Round? I mean, I heard everybody else talking, but I didn't really hear you commenting too much. What did you get to experience while you were there?
Well, I mean, we got a chance to, of course, the tournament. We did participate in the 5v5 for Tekken. That was a lot of fun, a good experience. Final Round in general has always been a great experience for us because it's the tournament to go to for Tekken, and
right.
That's our game. So, it's always a blast, to be there. Getting to also participate in the Tekken Casino was a lot of fun. It was well organized. It turned out, I thought, really great. I mean, they had the stream going, had just great matches all around, and it was a lot of fun.
Is that what Arturo's thing was called? The Tekken Casino?
The Tekken Casino it was basically all the players would come in there and just get some good matches going, and it was really a lot of fun.
Yeah, that had Fab in the game, and I saw some of the other guys that I actually know. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, my son actually had us all cracking up because he met Incognito from California, and everyone calls him Incog for short. But my son, I guess he heard differently because he was chasing him around the room. He kept calling him Eggnog, so he had us all cracking up.
Oh man, that's too much.
Daddy, can you quick change the sheet?
It looks like the stream just went off the air. Did we get bodied?
Yeah, I got bodied. I fixed it.
Oh, okay.
There we go. All right. I was going through pics that from Lucky.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, and I'm gonna reach out to him in a minute.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night too, fellas. I gotta get up early.
I figured that.
Get to bed.
Yeah, me too. I have to go too, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's.
But it was, it was really nice meeting you guys too. And I don't know if Daniel remembers me, but when he used to live in Florida, we actually, we met down in a couple tournaments.
Yeah, for sure. I remember.
Okay.
All right, guys.
All right,
Okay.
Daniel. Daniel. Anytime you want to get on, man, just let me know.
Okay, cool.
Thanks again, James.
And Ray Jr., keep that practicing. Get some sleep. Do good in school. If you don't, I'll make sure you never play Tekken again.
And take care, Chris.
Hey, take care, brother. I will see you more than likely at ECT. If not, it will be Summer Jam.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Take care.
All right. Bye.
All right. You ain't got to go, Alexis, do you?
Yeah, I have to go, but before I have to say thank you, and we miss you, Foucault, and me. We want to see you in Final Round.
Let me tell you, I was so gung-ho to going. I actually had my ticket, everything was ready, and then my job said, no, you can't go. They bought my ticket back, my airplane ticket back for me, just so I don't leave. So
we had a very good time in San Martin. I know it will be amazing if you got it.
If not, I might have to come down there and steal one of those Miss Venezuelas from you. Let it calm down a little bit, though. I'll come down and, when things calm down a little bit over there, but I'll definitely come down there. When are you guys going to have your next tournament?
In
South America.
No, in South America it will be in November. It's the next South American tournament. We did in November also last year, but we did in Peru. And because this is a South American tournament, we are moving every year for each country that is participating in the tournament. Then this year will be in Bolivia.
Bolivia?
Yeah, Bolivia. I also used to make one big tournament. First time come Ryan Hart, second time come GDCR. This year it's very difficult. My country situation. Then I don't have day. I have to wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, it's a little rough going on right there, right now. The best tournaments to go to, I think, right now are outside of Venezuela.
Yeah, and also the good thing is that El Negro did a good job, and he have a visa. He can go, and also he's a guy, very humble guy. He's nice, and many people like to help him. And I know that maybe in the future we will come again.
Well, I definitely look forward to hooking up again. If not, if there's going to be a VXG, I will be there.
Well, Fuko, Jackson 5, and me, we bought tickets that we got for 1 week after the tournament because we was thinking the tournament was the final, and they showed the day, and was now I have to change, but we have with problem, and I can't change now. I have to wait. We'll see. Maybe we see you.
All right, man. Let me let you go because I know it's. What time is it over there right now?
Well, I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, you're still in Atlanta. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Only 1:30.
Yeah, because I was in the tournament. Now I have time for myself to know the city.
Well, hey, go to the aquarium. I heard it's awesome.
Tomorrow.
And go to Spanovitz.
Tomorrow.
This Spanovitz place is really that godlike?
Yeah, man. Are you kidding? You look at Eric's status.
I know. I saw it.
yo, real talk. Eric is the president of that company. Like, and they actually like remember the guy because he goes there so much. That I'm like, yeah, you just been declared the president because he just goes in. And I mean, yeah, seriously, their dishes are actually really good. I mean, I went there actually with Gina, and then I ran to like Justin over them, and then we got like this dish, and they had some stuff that was actually on it that we both didn't care for. But when you go there and you get like the lobster legs, or you get like these premium supreme dinners, they're just awesome. You know, I can't hate on them for actually going, but it actually does bother your wallet. So I said, you know what, I'm only gonna go twice. So, you know, shout outs to him for as much as he goes, because when he goes in.
I hear you.
I actually became the president of Landmark because Chosen One told me, he says, yeah, Waffle House is nasty. And then I just thought about that, and I said, you know, I want to have a good meal, and I don't want to be, you know, running around feeling all crappy because I got a lot of work to do. So I took his word for it, and I went in there and had some waffles and some other stuff, and I said, yep, I'll be going there all weekend.
Well, guys, thank you so much, and remember, we are in Tekken Rules Venezuela on Facebook, Twitter.
All right, man.
We are always doing great matches and Tekken every year.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, brother. Great watching you guys kick some ass this weekend.
Bye.
Later.
Have a good night.
All right. Now that we've gone through that, I have to open up floodgates. First, we're going to bring on Mr. Digimon.
Oh, and before you do that, I just talked to Mr. Ryan Hart, so we can squeeze him in.
Ryan Hart?
Yep.
Hello.
Hey,
I'm going to text message you
Gotcha.
his
Yeah.
name right now, Adam, and then you
hear
can
me,
add
right?
him.
Yes, we hear you.
And
Okay, good.
1 sec.
Mr. Digimon, what's up, sir? Haven't heard you in a long time.
Hey, yo, what's up, James? How are you?
Gutek's Mexican Father. OBS is dying show. Gutek's Mexican. You know what? Listen, this Mexicant, because this Mexican do anything but eat Mexican Hot Pockets, loves to come on and break my balls. What's up, cunt bag?
Oh, man.
I just had to get that out there. I'm glad you came to watch me die.
I'm on the show.
What's up, Lucky?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
What's going on, Lucky?
All right.
Doing great, guys.
let
Freezing
me-
in Jersey, but
Yeah, nah, you can hold that with that cold weather. I don't want it anymore. I came back after coming out of Charlotte, and I was pretty salty about leaving relatively nice weather, that come down to like super freezing rain weather. I wasn't feeling that. So I was pretty sad. And my, well, I'll tell you a story actually about that later. But yeah, one of my devices like disappeared, and I was salty about that as well.
Hold on. Let me drop this a second. This is why people can't consistently call me up back and back. If you guys keep calling me back, you flooded the line. Now I got to restart. All right, let's see. Let me go back into this. And now let's see if it's still hung up. All right. And where am I? That's why you guys can't keep consistently calling me back, because it floods my thing, and I got 4 calls coming in at once while I'm trying to make a call out, and it fucking locks up this amazing software.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, my bad, bro. I didn't realize I tried to turn the stream off, so the stream's off on my end now.
No, it's fine. Where is where is fucking Digimon? Digimon just dipped again. What the hell? Digimon, add yourself back in. All right, let's go to Devil. Are you there?
All right, I just came on. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, I just came on to talk about the final round pot bonus for Injustice and how that's going to work. That money has already been paid out as of a couple hours ago. The issue, it was being worked through a middleman, Pig of the Hut, and he's working with FGC Secret Donor. That guy, I want to just clear things up. That guy is legit. Let me start by saying he originally started donating to GGA, Galloping Ghost Arcade, 16-bit in the crew. His first effort was to get them to Winter Brawl, I believe. Yes, it was Winter Brawl, but their flights got canceled, so they couldn't make it. He paid cash for their tickets. So instead, 16-bit and PPJ went to SCR with the money he sent. Now, not only did he do that, but he also sent players various gifts and prizes for winning tournaments or placing top 3.
And who is he?
He's a secret donor.
He's a secret
donor. He is.
Well,
yeah.
So it's another guy that's trying to get into boys' pants, I guess. Anonymous. That's what it sounds like to me. I mean, nobody just starts giving shit away for free. I mean, that's reality. And he's flying.
He's a family man.
Yeah.
He's got a wife and kids, kids, and he works all day.
So does Tom Cruise.
He's a bored old man. Let him have his fun. He enjoys the FGC and watching streams and stuff, and he wants to help see it grow. So he sends money to people doing well and gets people to events that are in financial situations where they can't afford it. And we really appreciate him for that. Like right now, we're trying to bring back Injustice at next level. So I was talking to him about securing a pot bonus for the first tournament back tomorrow. He's going to talk to Arturo about that, and we'll see how that turns out. But it's looking good so far.
Now, what do you say about the fact everybody's up your ass lately, man?
Yeah, I don't care. Like, fuck him. A wise man once said, only politicians chase after people who don't like them. That wise man was Terry McGinnis. Batman Beyond. But anyway.
I personally do not understand why there's so much hate towards you. I mean, as me being someone who hates the game, I mean, I think you're pretty cool. I think you'd be a really great community manager, especially for this game. I think your passion towards this game and scene is respectable, and I think it's something that could really push the community forward. If you don't allow like scrubs like me to say what I want, which is why I'm here today.
Thank you, DJ. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think that's. But seriously, though, I think you are definitely what the community needs, and they should take heed to what you're trying to do. I saw that thread, by the way, on trying to encourage players not to really go after Best in America. You should talk about that real quick.
Okay. So on my right back. Wait, let me get this pop bonus thing out the way, then we'll go to that because that's what people are here for. Basically, final secret donor. Let me grab that thread. He offered.
Before you go into the other thing, get through this because I got Ryan Hart coming on next.
Oh, so
yeah.
You want us to wrap up really quickly then?
Wrap this portion up real quick, and then we'll get back to that down on the back end.
Okay, I'm just gonna post this thread in the chat.
Wow,
there's two chats.
Yeah, the Twitch chat. Check that out.
There's
FGC.
There's two chats. You got to be fair.
They'll see it on the thing. You told me to hurry up. I'm trying to hurry up. FGC secret donor contributed to the $1,000 pop bonus, and he was going to pay his end after the tournament. There's a misunderstanding on the amount because he promised to add a portion of this 1,000, and since there was confusion through the middleman Pick of the Hut, the sponsor for RG was not pleased with what Pig said. He's like, "Oh, you're getting this amount." He's like, "Well, this was promised," and then FGC secret donor said, "You know what? It's my bad. There's miscommunication. I'm gonna go ahead and pay this amount." And Pig said, "No, you don't have to do that. It was a mistake." And donor's just like, "You know what? I don't want any problems, so I'm gonna pay this. Here, you take that, give that to him, and we'll move forward from this." So that's the end of that. And that just happened 3 hours ago. So Sonic Fox, Pig would prefer Sonic Fox directly get the money instead of the sponsor, and that's what it comes down to.
So, you know, nobody knows who this person is, or do we?
No, we don't. We know of his life, but we don't know him personally. He's just a fan of the fighting game scene. He just wants to help out.
Hector Sanchez?
Yeah, okay.
No, it's not Hector.
Hector Sanchez.
So I don't want to hit on this drama too much. What's the deal with Combat Network? Why do I see all this bullshit? Why is this community has this community become a bunch of assholes?
Okay.
Who are we talking to, Mir?
Well, you knew they were assholes from the get-go.
So, Combat Network, people, I'm not going to bash Combat Network. I'm going to tell you why people give them shit. People give them shit because at every East Coast major, the stream goes down, like, multiple times. And they get mad at Shock for not having backup for a G card, getting the stream back within 5 minutes or so, whatever. And they do a lot in regards to running the tournament, but the main issue is dropping the stream constantly. And brackets, like, there's a lot of bracket confusion, especially final round. It was ridiculous, and it's too much to go into since we have limited time today, but I'm going to link people to threads so they can read it for themselves.
Yeah, give me that link, because I didn't get a chance to go through it. I heard it was like 90 pages deep.
Yeah, it's a lot, so I got to find that.
Time for that.
Yeah, I got. That's going to be my reading material instead of jerking off tonight.
Yeah, you can read that and then send it to whoever cares. But the point is, they were upset at the way the tournament... The people at the venue were upset with the way the tournament was being run. Because at the last minute, they combined... Not Combat Network. This was not Combat Network. Whoever was on staff and making the brackets combined the original 16 pools into 8. So pools 1 and 2 were now one pool. Pools 3 and 4 are now one pool, etc. And that messed up the seeding, so we had to reseed the combined pools, and people were training to play certain players. Yes. So they came in. Yes, they were furious. Like, imagine if you spent, let's say, Dominion and Justin are in the same pool originally, and Dominion's practicing against Glitch's Rufus for hours on end, and then all of a sudden pools get combined, reseeding's done, and then they throw in K-Brad with Cammy, and he's like, well, I wasn't prepared for Cam, and then you just find that out as soon as you get to the venue. So of course people were pissed about that. That was just one thing.
But that in itself is irrelevant, because you come to a tournament to fight anybody that gets thrown at you. If you come to just play against one character, then stop coming to tournaments. Sit in your room and play online. You come to fight. There's how many characters in Injustice?
Yeah, it's not the characters that are an issue, it's the seeding. Because there were like 4 top 8 placers in one pool, and then another pool was free. Originally. And
like Larry said originally, how many of those people came and registered on site?
I don't know. Probably like 20. It wasn't that high.
20 is enough to
But
fuck a whole set of pools up.
It is. It was a lot of. It was a few killers in that 20, but originally we had 108 pre-regs. So
That's why
most
everybody
people
should just pre-register and be done with it. Man.
Exactly.
I agree. You know what? We should have pre-register only tournaments. KIT
It just needs to be
next
mandatory. That's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be pre-reg only. If you show up at the door, you'll be sent back home. They don't care if you travel. That's it. That's gonna be the standard. And I think that needs to be a continuous standard with
No, I
most
think they
tournaments.
should just pay twice as much or something. I mean, it's not fair to determine.
Yeah, because that ruins brackets. You're like, okay, cool. I see who's in my pool. I'm ready. Then you get there. Oh, by the way, the Evo champ's in there. Like, what? That's not fair to people who pre-reg. You pre-reg so you can see who's in your pool and be seated appropriately, not get thrown in with a bunch of killers because they decided to show up at the last minute. But that's just one issue. The brackets, the tournament was running slowly. We were behind schedule. I thought we were ahead of schedule, but 12 o'clock pools were starting at like 4. So then there's the issue of, wow, can we disqualify this person for not being here when they were here on time and we're 4 hours late? So we waited. The tournament was delayed, and then other people were playing other games, so we had to wait for people playing other games. So then there was that. It was just a cluster, a lot of last minute stuff going on no one was prepared for, and it's not entirely Combat Network's fault. They're getting too much of the blame. The stream going down, yes, there should be 4G backups, I agree, but you can't blame the pools getting merged at the last minute on them because they didn't have control of that. They were just responsible for seeding and getting people to play their matches. Like, Darth Armor went out of his way to make sure GGA did. There were 3 GGA members in one pool, and Darth Armor went out of his way to separate those people so they don't play each other in like top 64, which is stupid. They drove 12 hours from Chicago, and he's like, you know what? Let me move Waffles and Ramon. So since Ramon's in the pool
But
with
see,
New
here's where the problem lies, though. Players moving people in groups. This is how the 16-bit drama started the first time. You know, what was set in stone should have been left in stone. And, and then you approach Larry and say, Larry, there's a problem with the pools. Don't approach Shock. You go right to the source and say, Larry, this pool's fucked up. I got 5 GGA guys in the first fucking round in the same pool. You know, that's how you do it. To go and just do it upon yourselves, and then when things aren't going smooth, you're looking at this person and this person. Listen, the stream shouldn't stop the tournament. Again,
it didn't. When the stream went down, we just sent everyone off stage. We had like 15 matches off stream. They didn't get to see it. By the time that pool was done, when the stream came back 30 minutes later, and we were on winners finals. People were pissed, but that shit happens, and we had to keep it rolling.
Like I said, look,
that's why you take their ass to attorney.
Devil,
then they won't miss it.
Devil, you do a million voices. I act like a fucking asshole on my show. If we want to be actors, guess what? We try to be in a fucking movie. That's how you get on the screen. Playing a game. If you go to a tournament, I got to be on stream. Fuck you. How about I go no stream? That would make it easier.
Right.
No stream for nobody. All it is CPM money for everybody. We had plenty of tournaments where there was no streams.
Absolutely, that's old school.
Old school mentality.
And the fact that people like, I don't want to play. I didn't expect to be playing against fucking Sonic Fox first round. This is bullshit. You know how many times I did? You know how many times I had to play against that motherfucking little kid in every tournament I go to? I play.
That's the thing. I had him my first match. Apparently, he was in my pool, and then they got merged, and I played Perfect Legend first. I was like, what? I was sitting here preparing for Batgirl all week, but then I had PL's Doomsday, but whatever. I didn't really care. But that's the thing. People were mad about that, and then this tournament was going slow, and then same regions were in the same pool. We had Reno Rex from Atlanta having to play a guy he plays every week in the first round of the first match of the tournament.
And like I said earlier, as much as that sucks, he should feel confident about beating him then. Unless he can't beat him. I mean, it sucks the fact that if like 2 California people come all the way across the country and they get matched against each other, but sometimes it's the luck of the draw.
But we were so behind we couldn't find Larry. That's the thing, James. I know
You're
said
never
going to
get perfect brackets, man. It's never.
But it's Atlanta. Final rounds in Atlanta. That's Atlanta Combat on Atlanta Combat. The first round of the tournament. That's stupid. I switched New Jersey and Atlanta, so they were on opposite sides of the bracket. I did that. So someone has a problem, they can see me about it.
But again,
that was fixed.
But then again, it's his tournament. You know what I'm saying? So now it'll look. You know, you could say, oh yeah, well, if they got a problem. You know, in fact, when Larry was on earlier, he said if anybody, you know, wants to talk about it, hit him up on Facebook. You know, but the fact is, at the end of the day, whatever happens, you went home. You could go on, test your might, and tell everybody to eat a dick, but he's looking at it and saying, my name is on this tournament at the end of the day. I mean, just imagine what the repercussions would be if you did that at, say, EVO.
It happened at EVO.
And look at the blow-ups that happened with that. But the players didn't decide to change it. They approached the people that actually... See, that's the problem, is a lot of these TOs are trusting enough to put the ball in the actual community's hands to run their own shit. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's what has to get taken away because of the fact that we rig brackets, we put each other in pools that are, you know, players from across the street from each other. You know, maybe these guys got to take full control of these brackets and say, look, I'm going to post the brackets. What you see is what you get. We're going to do our best to make sure A and B are not playing against each other. But if it does happen 2 rounds later, I'm sorry, that's the way it is.
And that is true. I mean, there is a lot of give and take that's going to need to take place soon or in the future for these tournaments. Anybody who didn't pre-register has no say whatsoever where they're placed in the bracket.
Yeah,
it should be set in stone. I mean, if you're playing AK or if GGA is playing and you guys didn't pre-register, that's your ass. Fuck it.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. AK did pre-register. That's why it's stupid.
I know. But I'm just saying, if people didn't pre-register, they're screwed. People that did register, yeah, I can see a little leeway there. But then again, like James is saying, it's ultimately up to the person who has to deal with the flag at the end of the day. And I sound like I'm just repeating what James said, but anyway, I mean, this will not happen at UFGT. I'm just telling you right now. I mean, we run very efficient tournaments. We are always on time, and we do not take any slack, and we will, put our foot down. And I think that's what more TOs need to do, is put their foot down, especially on these top players who think just because they can press a couple buttons very well that they can get by on some bullshit. That's not happening. It's not happening. It really didn't happen last year, and it's definitely not happening this year at all.
And the thing is, with the bracket reseeding, those who didn't pre-reg benefits than those who did. Because when we combine the pools, you have to reseed.
Hold on, you're feeding back, Digimon. Hold on. You're feeding back, Digimon.
Sorry. My bad.
What were you saying?
So, since we had to combine the pools, Digimon, you're still feeding back. Mute your mic.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Is that better? No?
No, I still hear it. So.
Yeah, it's still feeding back.
All right, go ahead. I'm good. Okay, so anyway, we had to merge the pools together and reseed them. So those who didn't pre-reg got benefits. KDZ, being the EVO champion, got a bye in the first round because obviously he's won several majors. He's the EVO champion, so since he didn't pre-reg. So he got his seed without pre-regging. And that's just one example. A lot of people who didn't pre-reg got seeded because of their past placements, and it fucked over people who did pre-reg. So something needs to be done about this.
And again, those people that pre-reg got to hold it no matter where they get put. I don't care if it's 16-bit versus Waffle first round. You didn't pre-reg. Hold it. Pre-reg next time.
That's exactly what was going to happen. Until Arma fixed it. That's exactly what was going to happen. PPJ, Bit, and in Waffles were in the same pool. It had to be fixed.
Are they pre-regged?
Yes. No, Waffles didn't, but PPJ and Bit did.
Okay. So Waffles got to hold it. Wherever Waffles falls, that's where he falls. Pre-reg next time. Learn your lesson. Once, twice, shame on you. Fucking 3 times, it's just a shame, motherfucker. Deal with it.
And honestly, James, it's just like, I mean, it's no different when you go to a job, man. You got a freaking responsibility. Even though these are games, your responsibility, if you want things to be orderly and whatnot, just freaking pre-register. It's not hard. It's not hard when we have it well advanced notice. Here you go. Here's the event. Here's the hotel. I mean, these guys be talking to their blue in the face and stuff about booking hotel rooms and pre-registering, and then when shit doesn't go their way and stuff, then they're looking to point fingers. It's just like, just get shit done. That's it.
You know, I mean, it's again, like I said, it's at the end. My whole thing is it's Larry's event, and the way Larry does things. He like any TO. Even look, everybody seems to think I hate Keats. I don't hate Keats. But the way Keats runs his ship is the way he runs his ship. I can complain with the rest of you and say the way he treated certain people was bad, but that's his choice. But I can't bash him for the way he ran the efficiency to his event. I don't like the fact that if I would be the guy that got banned, especially if I traveled from across the country. But if I'm walking around with my dick in my hand trying to hook up with broads, and then they call me and I get DQ'd, that's it. I've gotten DQ'd tons of times. I don't cry about it.
Hey, James, I'll be right back. I'm just going to do a call real quick with Ryan just to make sure this goes well.
Yeah,
and then I'm going to have you invite me back, okay?
Okay.
Let me just make this real clear real quick, okay?
I'll be right back.
And after I say this, like, I'm going to try not to talk about UFGT 9 anymore because it's really in the past. But the tournament was all scheduled to be on Saturday in the first place. And the tournament schedule was posted at least a month or two before the tournament actually happened. And the only major problem that everyone bitched about when it came to Injustice was the finals. When everyone knew that finals were going to be that early. Everyone had at least a month in advance knowing that. And there wasn't really much flack of it until the day actually happened, where Chris G almost got disqualified because, he wasn't on time, So if we're going to say that we need people to kind of stick to registration, pre-regging, and then when they don't pre-register, they deserve consequences. How does that not apply to this? Being on time for your tournaments, and this is about showing like that you actually give a fuck about playing, and you give a fuck about what the crap that TOs have to go through to even run these events in the first place.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, you don't go, look, again, this sounds like a broken record, and again, I don't want to harp on this thing either, but it's always our community, guys. Why is it only our community that fucking cries? That's what I don't understand. I don't hear Capcom guys bitching about it, or Marvel guys. If they are, they're doing it very quietly. It's only the NRS community who has this sense of entitlement for nothing. You're not entitled to shit. You're entitled to pay your venue fee.
Yeah,
and you're entitled to go play your game, hang out with your friends, and go to fuck home and do what you do best. Jerk off in your basement eating Hot Pockets.
That defeats the purpose of seeding if you're just like, we'll just sign up and get thrown somewhere. Go ahead, Lester.
Okay, so apparently, people in the justice community feels that they have gained so much credibility in under a year, where you have either someone running their tournament's primary game that they're trying to advertise because it's their tournament, their rules, their game, or you got other tournaments that have had way more credibility than Injustice has ever had yet so far. So, where do you put that? And during the time slot, it's you can't please everybody. And you damn sure can't please people who haven't, mustered up the credibility yet. Now you probably can, because now it's been about 2.5 years that Injustice has been out, and now you can say, yeah, we deserve this and that. But then you didn't deserve shit. You're new. You're just getting your feet wet. You can't just demand shit and act like you deserve shit right off the bat. It's not a thing. So I don't know. People just want their silver plates, I guess. Whatever. It is what it is. But
nobody, like I said, I feel, unfortunately, guys could disagree with this. Injustice hasn't earned nothing. What has Injustice earned? The right to what? The right to come and play your tournament. You're no bigger than the anime scene. You're no bigger than any other part of the scene. Now, if these tournament organizers want to do the main staple, which is the Capcom games, the 2 Capcom games, which has been, and I'm certainly not a Capcom fanboy, but that's what makes them money.
Hold on, are you talking about now or back then?
Now.
No, we have over 100 entrants at most majors.
All right, how much is entry fee?
50 and 10.
Okay.
If you pre-reg, 35 and 10.
So 100 people, at $60 is $6,000. Right?
Yeah, but we're still bigger than most scenes. We're usually only behind Capcom.
And what scene do you refer to?
I want to hear this answer. What scenes are you bigger than?
NEC, the anime team tournament beat us in numbers, but we had beat them in singles. It was well over 100. I don't know the exact number. I think it was like 130. I think they had 97. SCR, it was really close. I don't know who came at the door, but on paper, I saw they had reached their 128 cap, and we had 108 or something. And that's only because Chrono Phantasma just came out. Before that, Injustice was consistently third.
Third?
So I don't know. Yeah, third behind Capcom.
Okay.
So I don't know why you're like, oh, you're no bigger than these other games. Like,
because
yes.
you're putting you're not. You're part of a scene. You're not separate.
I know we're not separate, but you made it seem like you get the same numbers as these guys. So I may have misunderstood you.
No, I'm saying you don't get no preferential treatment because you are third.
I'm not asking.
I'm just saying there is none. It's Capcom and everybody else, and that's the way it is, and that's the way it'll always be. What's up, man?
Okay, so he's ready. He's actually on his way to an event, and so he is standing by and awaiting our call.
Okay.
Go ahead and let him in.
All right.
He's good. Are you gonna do yo dog?
Hmm?
Why is it calling?
Hello?
Yeah.
That's not me.
Is that your British accent, Digi?
You trying to be
It'd be more like, hello.
Oh, this is Ryan Hart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I
Dude,
thought it was
Champ.
Yeah, that was bad.
I don't know why it's not picking up.
I would be quiet though.
Let me.
I was trying to be F champ. I don't know why.
Nah, man, it's a Dormammu, dog.
There we go.
My voice is going. I can't.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to train me, and I'll just take over.
Yeah, do that.
Well, while he's getting Ryan,
Did you get better? Did you get any better with me, or do I still sound like I'm from fucking Boston?
Let's find out. Let me get that. Since my voice is already raspy, it should be better. Got to do a practice run.
I'm sure Keats will have you guys playing finals at like 6 in the morning this year.
I hope 5:30. I hope 5:30. Me and Keats will unite forces on that one.
We're not coming to your tournament now.
We're gonna start our own 8-man tournament. It's gonna be called the NRS Cup.
Can't come or get the fuck out. NRS is a bunch of entitled babies. You don't like it, I'm dropping the call. Sick of your bullshit.
You still got me sounding like I'm from Boston, though. You gotta get more of an A here. I'll fucking kill you, you cocksucker.
And kill you, you cocksucker.
You're making. You're
I
not
can do New York Jew.
I know. You know.
DMS, how do I sound?
How do I sound?
Hi, I'm Digimon.
I will bring
DMS, how do I sound? You know what? I love Tekken is the most amazing game, and everyone is full of shit for bashing Tekken. I'm so sick of it in this chat. Always come in talking about MK. MK's dead. Let it die. It's all about Tekken. I'm Digimon. Because all you do is rant about Tekken. All you do is rant about Tekken in this stream. I'm like, yes, you do. And you shit on NRS and talk about Tekken all day.
Tekken is the best fucking game you've ever seen.
You're all disrespectful, you cunts. You don't play Shiva.
Actually, Shiva was off the hook fucking the other day, huh? Best seat Shiva in MK9 now. It used to be Digi.
Oh yeah, Jeremiah. You gotta hold that, Digi.
What? Okay, so
Shiva of the world.
Since someone had to bring that up, yeah, I officially challenged Jeremiah to a Shiva mirror run back, and I am definitely going to practice this time. So I challenge you right here, right now.
Uh-oh.
GGA Jeremiah versus me, first to 5, Winner takes all. We can even put money on it too, just to make it interesting.
Have you been practicing?
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna have to drop you guys.
Later.
All right.
All right.
See you, James.
See ya.
Mr. Ryan Hart, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
So, how was your trip with coming to final round and whooping ass?
Well, it was a very last-minute decision. I wasn't going to come originally. I decided to sell. I was a bit short on money for the trip. So what I did is I went on Facebook and I decided to sell a lot of my stuff. Like I've got a collection of sticks and headsets that I've won in so many tournaments all over the world. I just wanted to kind of reduce my stock and then raise some money that way to get the ticket and of course money for the hotel, and that's what I did. And fortunately it worked out at the very last minute. I booked my flight almost like the night before, flew out the next day, and that's how it all started.
Well, you had an obviously amazing performance.
Yeah, I was quite happy with it. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. Of course, the level is so high these days that even as good as anyone can be. I mean, in a 2 out of 3 set, it can go either way, and it's all about who's putting in what on the day, really. So yeah, I was very happy with the result, and I was very, very happy to get the run back with Infiltration, as he was the one who denied me of my first position finish last year. So it was good that I got to run it back with him too.
Get revenge.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit of revenge. So yeah, I've run into him in a few tournaments, and he usually gets the better of us. So it was nice to turn the tide this time.
So, what's your thoughts on the Ultra Street Fighter Chupacabra?
Yeah, it's hard to say. Well, I mean, what I will say is I think she'll definitely make the game more interesting. As much as people kind of complained about her being just another Cammy clone, and the Capcom weren't creative in their fifth character and stuff. I mean, I think we should give it a chance. I think we should wait and see what happens when she's when she's been nerfed and balanced to the current the current level of the characters, and see how she fits in, because now that's going to introduce a whole new layer of matchups to be considered. And I think it's interesting. I mean, I'd rather have her than not have her, because she makes the game larger and gives people more variety, and I think that can only be a good thing.
And Edition Select?
Edition Select is, I think that is going to be very fun. I'm not sure if it's ever going to be a tournament standard, but it's going to be a very fun feature for people to play around with, and maybe even for players that missed out on certain versions because they started late, they can go back and try out certain characters. If you wanted to see what it was like using Akuma with the standing hard kick jab loop, you can use the vanilla Akuma. If you want to use green hand knockdown, with Zangief on vanilla. I mean, changing the mode, some people complain about Dictator's Ultra 2 command, but it shouldn't be charge, it should be rotation command, and in Super it is, so players can use that. And there's just so much for that. There's going to be something for everyone once you give everyone the Edition Select mode.
So do you already find yourself gravitating towards one specific character, or you're not sure
you
right
mean for
now?
Ultra?
For Ultra?
You mean for Ultra? Not particularly, no. Obviously, Sagat would end up being my go-to character predominantly, but I do think I'm going to be quite creative in my character selection. I'm going to try and explore the cast a bit more, and maybe use someone that I've used before, like someone that I've dabbled with in the past, but not quite put any heavy investment into. Maybe try and main one of those characters. Sagat, with Ultra 2 with both Ultras being improved in Ultra, does become a bit more interesting. So I'm definitely going to still use him. I'm not sure if he will be my one and only main, but I'll definitely have him in my roster. So I'm looking at Guy at the moment. I like how Guy's looking. And the new character, of course, the fifth character. I like her. Well, I want to see what she's like. I want to play around with her and at least get comfortable with what she's like, because as I'm guessing many people are going to use her, I'm going to need to know what she can and can't do in order to fight against her as well. So especially with Evo coming up, where you're going to have a lot of new players that might join the game because it's new, and the game having been out in Japan for a bit longer, it's going to mean that, well, actually no, she's not going to be on that version, is she? But yeah, so but yeah, Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, Chris, you're in here? Chris?
Yep.
Yep, okay.
Okay. Yeah, so, but yeah, just generally, I'm looking to invest a lot of time into Ultra just because I know that I'm going to be at a time deficit with Japan having it longer than us in Europe. But yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be fun times.
So now, let me ask you this question. As far as the European scene, trying to make leaps and bounds. I mean, because like I said, everybody right now, you're like the lost child in the Street Fighter universe. You perform great, but as far as the European names of players, there aren't as many obviously standout guys that get recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that, obviously with the league coming out, I know they're going to eventually have to do some Europe stuff. I mean, it's just a given.
Yeah, I think I understand what's going on. I mean, it appears as though European events aren't given the recognition they might deserve, because I noticed that on the Pro Tour list of tournaments there weren't any European major events listed except for DreamHack. Now, you could argue that there aren't enough events, in Europe, which is true. We didn't have half as many events as they do have in America, majors, I mean. So it might be quite hard to list a few events. But with that said, if they actually delve into the community here, they'll see that there are enough events to feature in the Capcom Pro Tour. It's just about speaking to the right people. We've got Hype Squaring, which is coming up at the end of this month, which is a major here. We've just had IBGC, which also was on the same day as SoCal, but wasn't featured on the list. And even though SoCal points were kind of given in remuneration, IBGC wasn't listed at that point. I don't know if it's going to be updated at a later stage, but that's just one thing that I noticed. And so it just seems that Europe as a whole isn't considered to be on the same level as the US. So because of that, we don't get our events featured, and that means we have less opportunity to collect Evo points, to collect Capcom Pro Tour points and stuff like that. It just makes being a part of the fun more expensive for Europeans, because we then have to spend a lot of money to travel out, to the US. I mean, look at me coming on my own back all the way to Atlanta just to be a part of, the tiering for the Capcom Pro Tour, just because we don't have any opportunity in Europe until the very last, I think it's the last one on the list, which is DreamHack Winter.
Yeah.
Which at that stage, if you don't qualify, then you're not going to be a part of it. So it's very difficult for Europeans. And then also, I understand that it could be an issue of just, I don't know, maybe some of the American players and TOs and stuff, and people at Capcom are not aware of what goes on in Europe, because the European players don't travel as much to the US. Obviously it being quite far and expensive, we don't get, we can't, and everyone's so busy with work and their lives, so as well as the money, there's also the time issue as well. So I think, but it would be nice to be considered a bit more, because especially recently I've noticed a big improvement from the European players generally. So it would be nice to have that factored into decisions being made when big events such as Capcom partnering with Twitch for a professional tour is announced. I'd like us to be given a fair chance at being a part of that and placing high.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think they gotta expand it for the European markets. I mean, obviously, I'd like to see some more on the Eastern European and the Western. I mean, I'd like to see at least 3 events. At least 3. Middle, West and East. At least this way, you're given a chance. More than having, like you said, having to travel the final round. Now you're chasing points. And it's not a cheap run either to go chase these points.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's very questionable how many US players would spend their own money to come to Europe if all the qualifiers were held here. I'm sure we'd see a lot of top players not making it out just because of how much it costs.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's good to be in America.
It certainly is, yes.
Even better to be on the East Coast.
Yeah, I like the food there, so I'm definitely a fan of being in America.
Now, as far as your plans, you plan on coming to any more U.S. events anytime soon, or?
I want to. I mean, I want to go to them all. You know, just I wish I could. I want to try to go to NorCal Regionals (NCR) and possibly Texas Showdown, and then CEO if I can. I know there's also UFGT in the middle of that somewhere.
Yeah.
So if I could get to at least 2 of those 4 events, I'd be happy. But we'll have to see how time, work, and finances go. If I can prioritize it, etc., and stuff like that. Because it's very difficult. You know, it's not just the matter of your life, like sort of like your finances and work and things. There's also another factor as well. And that is your skill level. You know, there are times where you're on fire, but there are no majors to attend. You know, so you're at the peak of your career or whatever, and you just don't have any way, you don't have an outlet to show that ability at that time because there's no event scheduled. And then a major could show up and you're not ready just because you've been busy if you're a family person, you're putting time with the kids, or if you're at college, you've been studying, you just haven't been playing. So, that can happen. So timing is very critical with all of these things.
Now, obviously, you're still at the top of your game. Now, how long have you been doing this?
I think, I'd say it's been... I entered my first ever tournament 20 years ago now. So that's a long time ago. And it was for Super Turbo, and I don't think I did very well at all, but that was the first ever competition I entered.
And when was that?
That was in 1994, so yeah, exactly 20 years ago.
And how old are you now? Because you're making me feel like I might be younger than you.
I think you might be. Well, I was 35 last February, so yeah.
I got you beat. Shit, I got you beat I almost got you beat by a decade. Damn it. Somebody got to be older than me in this freaking community.
I think I remember your voice. Didn't I meet you at VXG?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember you now. I remember you.
That was the guy that was always fucked up. And
you were always drunk, and you were always drunk, and wherever I saw you, you'd run up to me and you'd start in the middle of a story somewhere that I didn't know about, and you'd just go into a segment about something, and I'd just be nodding my head, pretending I understood everything that you were talking about. But sometimes it was just so funny because I was really trying to, I didn't know what you were talking about because it's not something I know about. But you'd start in the middle as if I've already been involved before, and that was hilarious. So yeah, every time I saw you, you always made my day.
I mean, I'm hoping another VXG happens and all the issues get squared out and all that. But
well, the thing is with VXG, I mean, I know that I spoke to Orlando briefly on Facebook, and he's very interested to hold something again this year. But with all of what's happened, I don't know. I mean, like you said, a lot of things would need to be ironed out if that was to go ahead and be fruitful. I mean, you can do what you want. You can hold an event, but how well it's going to be received,
if nobody
it's
shows
probably
up,
going to be based on its history and at the moment, exactly. And it's going to be based on its history. And last year clearly didn't go without hiccups, so we'll have to see, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I know we was talking about wanting to do other things and branch out beyond just the fighting games again, which, I mean, I don't know, the American market and fighting games.
Are you still there?
Yep. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right. The American market, or the American FGC as a whole is, and I don't know what your perspective is on it. It's kind of a different can of worms when you look at it and you compare it to, like we had the Tekken Venezuela guys on earlier. They're very humble, they're modest, but they know they're here to kick ass and they do what they got to do and go home. We kind of have this, I guess you can call it an American crash to us. Like, we got to beat you, and then we got to point at you and go, ha ha, we whooped your ass.
You have to rub it in as well.
Yeah, if we don't do that, if we don't do that, it's not an American win.
So you would say that you're saying the American FGC is not very sportsmanlike?
Pompous.
Okay.
I wouldn't say. You know what? I guess you could call us sore winners, sore losers.
Sore winners. That's funny. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think it depends on the level of players, though, and I think it depends on who you are as well. Like, I think that players will pay respect to certain players and not to others just because of how they know them and the relationship that they have. If it's a heated rivalry that's been going on for a while, then after the victory you might see a selected pop-off just because they want to make the other person know that it means that much to them. And I think that I'm not saying this is for the majority of the players, but I don't know. But I'm just saying, in my experience, it seems to be like that. If there's a history of, if there's been a build up to a tournament match or a set or a money match of some kind, if it ends a certain way, then there will be some kind of.
You there? I lose you? Uh-oh, I think I lost you. Chris, you there? Chris?
Hello?
Chat afterwards about the set. You know,
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, you broke
Did
up
you
on
get
me.
all of that?
No, you broke up. You broke up at the point.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just in the background working on photos.
Oh, okay, cool. Can you hear me, Chris?
Yeah, I hear you. Chris,
Yeah, I can hear you, Ryan.
Oh, okay. So, so where did I break up?
At the point where you said that you're not saying all the players.
Yeah, I'm not saying all the players, but yeah. So I'm not saying all the players, but if there's a tournament set or a money match or a heated build up to between two players of a showdown that's going to happen, some kind of set, and then someone wins that set, there is going to be some kind of verbal exchange after that set is over, just because they want to make sure that their opponent knows that that's what went down. This is what just happened, and but. As I said, it depends on the relationship of the two people. I mean, you could have two top players or just two players playing, and then after the set's over, it's very friendly. Good games. There'll be a shake of hands, very sportsmanlike, and there'll even be a conversation afterwards about how the set went. What was fun or what didn't come out. All that stuff. So I do think it's about the the connection that the two players have.
Now, would you agree with me? One of the things that I stated, in fact, I stated it earlier on the show. This scene as a whole. Those personalities that we're talking about, the pop-offs and the yelling, and somebody like F Champ is a perfect example. He's very vocal. It kind of takes this WWE attitude. One of the things that I had stated is this scene alone, with guys just being serious business and playing, I don't think it can grow beyond a certain point. Specifically because you're going to attract the science of playing, but you're not going to attract that wider audience, which is that WWE. I might see Ryan Hart and go, wow, you know what? I like this guy because he's cool, calm, collective, does his thing and gets out. He's like, he's the executioner. But then you got Ryan who's telling a guy, Domamu, Pelican, I'll kill you, da-da-da-da-da-da. And you got that addition to the scene that will attract other people.
Well, if you're in a situation where you feel you have the reins on the direction that you want the community to go in, then you have to make a decision on what you want to establish. Do you want to establish a community of do you want to establish a competitive kind of sport where it's about rules and regulations and being orderly and skill and everybody understanding the rules of the match, and that it's about skill and that it's about ability and hand-eye coordination, all these attributes that a person needs to be a top player? Or do you want it to be a kind of like WWE, where it's just about personalities and stories and things like that, and you don't necessarily have to understand the sport to appreciate it? Do you want that side? And you're attracting completely different audiences. I mean, ideally the combination would be best, but how you go about that is something that you're going to have to work out. I think that it's great to have.
Oh, you broke up again.
Am I still there?
Yep, you're here.
Because he's on the bus.
Yeah. So I think it's good to have players have a character. I really like how Filipino champ
You're breaking up.
goes on.
Breaking up. Bus. Bad signal.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying that I think it's good to have some players that are a bit more vocal and a bit more expressive about their feelings. They're not just going to sit there and take anything. And if they have an opinion, they're going to tell you what it is. I think that's good. It encourages people to have character and it makes it seem more interesting. So, but there needs to be there needs to be a balance, and there needs to be sort of like a point where sort of like that's it. It's not going to go past a certain point.